Hi guys, today I'm filming a makeup declutter and chopping block update. I have quite a few things to go over. So I will start with the products that I tested and I'm keeping. And with my Charmed Project Pan and deck of panty, I have been trying to get use out of things that were in my chopping block to help me make a decision about whether I wanted to keep them or not. And that has been very successful so far. And there have been 4 products that I am deciding to keep for now. Out of these 4 products, 2 of them I feel pretty confident about keeping. 2 of them I still feel like need more testing. So I'll start with the ones that I'm confident about. First would be the NARS Laguna Cream Bronzer in Laguna number 1. This is just not a perfect undertone for me. It's a nice light color, but this is a little bit too olive tone. And I feel like I was able to make it work. And I really do see a dip in there, which is great because I didn't use it a ton. So it would be nice to try to pan this, but I know how long it takes to get through cream bronzer. So I feel like that would take an eternity. And I almost wish I got shade number 2, but I think that would be too dark and maybe a little bit too red, but I am going to hang on to this for now. NARS products are just so freaking expensive. And then I had the Juvia's Place and Vanessa palette, and the Juvia's Place eyeshadows just have never been my favorite, but I was really drawn to this, and I think that this is amazing. It's great quality, very pigmented, blendable. These are very special shimmers, and something about this matte is so different from other ones that I have, which I know sounds so ridiculous, but just think about that undertone is so gorgeous. I love how this blended out. I just was pretty impressed with this, and I got it for a really great price, so I'm gonna hang on to it. And then the other 2 things I'm not totally sure about. I thought I was going to declutter this, and then I feel like I ended up liking it a little bit more. So this is the Huda Beauty Glowish Bronzer in Light. This had been like a yearly favorite before, and I just feel like this is so tightly packed and so sheer that it's a little bit too sheer. I have other more sheer bronzers in my collection that I feel like I would use over this one. They're a little bit of a different tone, but when I use this with my Refer number 5 brush, I feel like I was able to pick up some product and have it look really pretty on the skin, especially up around my hairline where my bronzer can tend to look pretty harsh. So I'm gonna keep it for now, but we'll see. Definitely not in my top bronzers. And this is something I had gotten as an Ulta free gift, which was super exciting. It's the REM Beauty Miss Mercury highlight topper. It's a really beautiful champagne shade. It feels a little bit more on the thick side, and I do think that this looks really pretty, but I don't love it more than the other highlighters I have in my collection, but not bad. So I want to keep testing it. Then I have 9 products that I'm going to be decluttering. First is the NYX Bear With Me Blur Skin Tint in number 4 Light Neutral. This is a really nice, more full coverage matte foundation. I don't get skin tint from this. You get lots of coverage and a really nice matte finish, but this is too dark for me. My friend Jean gifted this to me, so I am going to give this to my sister who has oily skin. She's deeper than me and she's gotten a tan, so I think that this would work really well, and I would definitely consider getting this in a different shade in the future because I really do think that this seemed like a good formula. And then I also have this little mini Winky Lux Peeper Perfect Under Eye Concealer in Fair. I don't love squeeze tube packaging, and I feel like this did though conceal quite nicely. It's a bit of a thicker texture, and I didn't find it to be that brightening on me, just concealing, which is still fine, but I just don't think that I would like to use this over my other concealers, and I am trying to focus on panning other things, so I'm going to pass that on. Then one more face product. This is the Natasha Denona Cupid Cheek Duo. You got a cream blush and a highlighter, and I think that the cream blush is a little bit on the thin, slippery yet sticky side. It's a very pretty shade, but it's not my favorite formula. And this highlight formula is, again, a little bit on the thicker side. It's a pretty color though, and it's something that I think I would use sometimes if I kept it, but I am gonna pass this on to a friend that I just know would love it more, loves Natasha Denona a lot. Then a couple of eye products. This is something that I won in a giveaway along with this. This is the Glam Light Pie Palette. I was really excited for this, and I think that the eyeshadows perform really well. They're very pigmented, they're beautiful shades. I just have these several times in my collection, and actually a lot of these shades are similar to the Juvia's Place that I'm keeping. And then this blush is a gorgeous shade, but it is very sheer. here. I might have been more tempted to keep this palette if the blush was more pigmented, but I'm gonna see if I have a friend that wants this. If not, I'll keep it, but I do think I'm gonna pass it on, but I don't think it's bad. Something that I don't think is very good is this REM Beauty palette in Baby Doll. So the shimmers were nice and metallic. Not the most metallic ever, but definitely on par with other high-end eyeshadows that are not indies. But the mattes I found to be a little bit more on the sheer side. They need to be built up. This one here looked a little bit warmer in the pan, did not show that way on the eye. So I was really excited to try this, but I'm going to pass it on, which again, I'm happy to give that to a friend. Next, I am finally getting rid of these Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Liners. We have Starfire and Midnight Cowboy. I had always kept these in my collection as something to have because they were so popular, they were so special, and I just have hardly used these. So these were my project pan. I got my uses on them, but I'm going to let them go. Then I'm also going to pass on this What's Up Beauty Egyptian Queen Liquid Liner in Comet. This is just the matte black, and I have several other liquid liners in my collection, and I think my friend Jean would really enjoy trying this. And for me, with inkwells like this, I feel like I just get it all over my lashes, which then dries, which makes my mascara go on a little funky. So I think that I'm just not the most skilled at using something like this, but it's a great formula, super pigmented, nice matte black, and I love the packaging. So if I didn't have so many liquid liners and I used liquid liner more, I would keep it, but I just know Jean would love this. And then I just have, surprisingly, I do. Apparently I just have one lip product. I think this is something that I had mentioned before, the Buxom lip polish in Gabby. I do think that this ends up looking really pretty on the lips, but just is not a me shade, and I would love to pan it, but I have so many glosses in my collection that I would pick over this one for panning, and I think that this would look really beautiful on some of my friends, so I am going to let it go. So those are all the products that I'm decluttering and the 4 things that I am choosing to keep from what I've tested. I would love to hear your thoughts if you've tried out these products, and I would love to know what things you have decluttered recently. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.